All right, so doing some baby back ribs today. Just peeled off the membrane and patted the ribs dry. So next thing we're gonna do is put our binder on. We're gonna use yellow mustard. I'm gonna put some seasoning over the backside here, so that'll be up next. All right, now that we got the seasoning on there, we'll let this rest for about 15 minutes. Let the seasoning soak in and start letting the meat sweat, and then we'll flip it over and do the same thing the other side. Today I'm using Bucky's barbecue rub. Picked this up the other day. Just want to see maybe what it tastes like. So tune in on the next flip. We got 2 dogs here too. All right, we got the other side seasoned. So this will sit for another 15 minutes. We'll go set our Traeger to 225. Today we'll be doing the 3-2-1 method. So first step, we'll be smoking it for 3 hours at 225. It'll be uncovered or not wrapped with tin foil. So for this first step, so we'll jump back in there. All right, so our Traeger got up to about 225, and then we put the racks of ribs on there. And it'll sit here for about 3 hours now. Every hour we're gonna spritz them with apple cider vinegar, just to keep them moist. So we'll check back on these in an hour. Today, pellets were running the Traeger signature blend, so gives the flavor there. All right, we'll be back. All right, we're approaching 3 hours now. Ribs are starting to look good. The meat's starting to pull back from the bone, so that's good. So now we'll transition over to the wrapping part. I'll show you all what you need to put in there. I've spritzed this thing about 2 different times now to keep it moist, so move on. Something I forgot to mention earlier. So right now, your meat side should be up. And now when I'm placing them into the mixture I made earlier, put meat side down, wrap this up, put it back on the Traeger with the meat side down. This way the meat can sit in that pool of juice and get all nice and moist. All right, got them both wrapped and on the Traeger. So now they'll sit on here for 2 hours at 225 again. Gonna enjoy some beer while I'm waiting. See you in the next part. All right, so step 2 is done. We're at 5 hours of total cook time. So now for this part, we're gonna throw it back on for another hour unwrapped. However, before you do that, we're gonna glaze it. So for this first rack of ribs, I'm using just kind of traditional Sweet Baby Ray's. And then for the second one, I'm gonna use the Carolina Gold. I'm gonna turn the temperature down to about 180. Keep it on there for an hour, try and see if we can get some bark going, but the ribs seem to be pretty much cooked at this point. So now it's just trying to get some extra bark. Okay, got them both back on there. Got the vinegar base in the back and the Sweet Baby Ray's in front. Cooking at 180, meat side up. So do this for about an hour. That glaze will be nice and good and done by then. Then we'll let it rest for a little bit and prepare to cut and eat. So we're at 6 hours cook time now. About to take the ribs off and wrap them and let them rest for about 15 to 20 minutes. Then crank the Traeger up to about 350. My wife made some mac and cheese, so we're gonna finish that off. But ribs are looking good. Next thing we'll show is cutting into them and seeing what they look like. Should be fall off the bone though. All right, here's the finished product. On the top will be the Sweet Baby Ray's and bottom is the vinegar-based sauce. Already cut into it to show you all what it looks like, but it looks pretty good. Look at that. Nice smoke ring to it. You got your finished product. 6 hours of total cook time.